Good afternoon on what is a surprisingly mild, bright and sunny day. It is Sunday the 29th of January. I've got a nice hot cup of tea. And a pile of things to unbox. So the next thing I am going to unbox is this, which is Icons of the Realms Storm King Thunder Box 3. Now, I have already unboxed boxes 1 and 2, courtesy of my friend Neve. I want to thank her for lending me this third box set to unbox and show off to you. Now, this is the official range of miniatures published by, or manufactured and released by WizK for the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign Storm King Thunder from Wizards of the Coast. And I've been quite impressed by these miniatures. They're really nice, big, chunky pieces, nicely detailed, lots of flavour and so on. So let's show you what's on the back, and then I can get the box open and show you in more detail. So I'll show you on the back there. And the thing, it has to be said that I have viewing these miniatures and looking at the illustrations on essentially the back of the box and comparing them, they do pretty much match up. There is not a lot of difference between them. Anyway, let's open up the box and find out, shall we? Just give myself a bit more space here. And then pull this out, and what we've got. This full, fairly chunky, sizable miniatures. So I'll keep the box to hand because I need to reference it as to what they are. So, the thing is, we have got to undo these, do the wires, and I have found in the past some of these wires can be oddly twisted. You know, basically going back and forth with them to undo them, but it takes a bit of patience, and the first miniature is free. A lot easier than I found with box number 1. So yeah, it is a bit blustery here, but we'll stick to it. And the first miniature we have is Limerith. There we go. Basically Storm Giant Maiden. So basically, this basically the plastic figures, but she's floating in the air. You can see from the plinth underneath, so she's got a sense of movement and levitation to her, and she's clearly crafting an elemental bolt of lightning there. I'll show you the face in more detail. And so on. We can see that the sort of like the outfit that she's actually kind of wearing is torn and rough. But yeah, that's again another nice figure. Again, this would kind of do you for if you wanted like an air elemental or a lightning elemental, that would really sort of like again nicely slot into that role depending upon the game you were playing. Next, let's just have a look at the next figure along. Twist that open. I need to get the hang of these wires. Almost. Yeah, this is the boring bit, whilst you see me essentially try and take these miniatures out of their packaging. And they are securely packaged in, I grant you that. There we go. But there is some flexibility in the packaging, so you can slide them out. And here we have this is Hashnag the Grim, giant wielding an axe, basically the equivalent of a battle axe in both hands, hooked to the back, giant blade there. Let's have a look at his face. He's crying out in rage, ready to leap into action, almost berserk-like. And and it's clearly the inspiration for this is sort of like is very kind of Viking look to him. Thankfully, I haven't gone as far as the ridiculous horned helmet, but it still works. You know, they are creatures of the mountains and storms and so on. Air, you know, it's going to be cold up there, and it's a perfect look. Okay, so the next we have back in. She's fallen out again. So with the smaller figures, they don't actually. You see, essentially with the smaller figures, they don't bother with the wires. Essentially, there's enough plastic around them to hold them in position. Got this one. There we go. And this is a Yak Folk Warrior. So he has the kind of laminated kind of scale armour there. Nice kind of straightforward sword, threatening pose. Quite a bit of detail on the short face there, and he's clearly taking the inspiration there from certainly the Far East in that armour style, almost Japanese, but you know, doesn't have to be that in particular, you know, because obviously yaks come from the Far East. Then yes, of course, an obvious Asian reference. But you could easily take this and turn it into a Minotaur without any change. And you know, there are plenty of settings where you have Minotaurs as player characters. That even if they are giant size like that one. Oh, okay, so I've got the final. Let's see if I get this one. Let me go back in. Just sort of show you just how difficult they are to get in, but I do go in. So the last figure in this set. Let's the wires, of course. It's free. Yeah, the larger the figure, generally the easier that they are to get out. And this is Zephyros, whether you know a you know, basically storm giant, wizard or cleric, complete with robes, probably wizard given the stars on his inner robe there, and over sort of like the shoulder padding on his robes. The fact that he's, you know, quite elderly and going bald, but he's not wearing glasses, almost a bit like a classic almost wizard figure, but you know, got a giant staff there. And this is a nice enough figure. I think not as perhaps as interesting as the others. You know, for example, that one's a bit more interesting, a bit more animated. This one, just not quite so. This one not quite so interesting, I don't think. But that's just me. So yeah, let's put these back. So you see, essentially these really do slot in easily. Be very easily comparison to the smaller figures. You know, there's no effort to get these out, but hence the wires to hold them in place. So I'm just sealing them in there before I put them back in the box. So yeah, if you are running Storm King's Thunder, you've got you're at the table, and you need, you know, an appropriate set of miniatures. You know, this set of miniatures here. Then this is quite a solid set. large, a little unwieldy, I suppose. You know, just kind of quite a large box, but these are perfect for what you need. You've got a set of miniatures for your players. You want big miniatures, and of course, beyond that, these miniatures will be useful for your continuing D&D game. You can encountering giants, you know, minotaurs or yak. Yak warrior, you know, yak folk, warriors. Then this really is really quite a nice box set. Anyway, so first off, I want to thank my friend Neve for lending these to me and let me do an unboxing of them. I will say my partner would be glad to have these out, these out of the living room, because they do take up quite a bit of space. And secondly, of course, if you've enjoyed this unboxing of the Nook, then please do click on the like button down below. And if you've got any comments or feedback, I appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings of the Nook, where you'll see me out here with a box containing a book or game, or in this case a set of miniatures, which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do hit that subscribe button down below. In the meantime, thanks again. Let's see if I can do this. Thanks again for watching another unboxing of the Nook. I'll be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.